fighting, Tanto Jitsu, Kihon Waza. First, the grip. This is Junte. Normal grip. Next will be Gyakute, edge out, and Gyakute, edge in. That completes the basic grips. Nimpo Tanto Jitsu, knife fighting Kihon Waza, basics. The 9 angles, Kyuho Kiri. First, from the Junte grip, you can either slash or you can stab the 9 angles. We're going to start with the stabbing. Go ahead. A little slower. In addition, we have 2 attacks to the leg. Okay, thank you. Nimpo Tanto Jitsu, Kihon Waza. The 9 basic cuts from Junte grip. This time we'll show the slashing. Go ahead. Slowly. And the 2 on the leg. Okay, thank you. Nimpo Tanto Jitsu Kihon Kyuho Waza from the Gyakute hand position. Okay, begin. Also, we have 2 to the leg. Ninpo Tanto Jitsu, Kihon Gata, Kyuho Waza, Gyakute hand position. This time we will do the slashing. And of course we have 2 to the leg. Nimpo Tanto Jitsu Kihon Gata. This time we're going to be looking at Tai Sabaki and Ukeru, which is how to receive the cuts. First, there are 2 ways that you can receive a cut. So draw the blades, please. If the blade is approaching Cody on angle 1, Cody can meet the angle. So Cody will also hit an angle 1. Do it again. So he's opposing it. The other way, if Lucas cuts with an angle 1, Cody can cut with an angle 2. Go ahead. Passing it by. Do that again. Okay, put the blades away. So we're going to look at first opposing all of the cuts. In other words, meeting the force with Tai Sabaki. All right, guys? Slowly. Okay. This is the basic for long-range knife fighting. If you just evade, you're safe temporarily, but the person can continue to attack. If you evade and block, you haven't damaged him in any way, so once again he can attack. If a person attempts to block an incoming knife, go ahead. It's very easy for the knifer to just shorten the arc and cut the arm. Okay, because the block is passive. It doesn't in any way damage the attacker. If the attacker is a little more skilled, he'll see the block coming up and just shorten the arc. Go ahead. Just like that. He will cut at the neck, notice the blocking hand come up, and shorten the arc. Go. Okay. So we don't like to block. Even knife to knife, it's the same thing. It doesn't do any damage. So now Lucas is going to get his knife. What we prefer to do is we want to injure on the first motion. So if Lucas attacks with an angle 1, Cody will evade and cut the pulse. Cut through. Now obviously, it's self-explanatory what happens. So as he attacks him, he will move away and cut his arm and have the effect of disarming on the first motion. Go ahead. Or at the very least, injuring the partner pretty severely. Okay. Now, the same thing can happen, but instead of opposing the force or meeting the force with force, you can pass it. Uke nagashi. So let's try that. Nice and slow. So he's going in the same direction of the cut while he himself is cutting. Okay. Now, why would you need to do two? Why do you need both? So I want you guys to face this way. And Lucas comes by me. All right, face Cody. If Cody's blade is across his center line, like it is now, and Lucas comes at him with an angle 1, it's inefficient for Cody to bring his blade to the open side and then try to meet the force. Okay, so go ahead and try that slowly. It's inefficient to bring it around and then try to cut. You understand? If it's already across the center line, it's easier for Cody to pass it. Go ahead. Now conversely, the opposite is true. If it's on this side, it makes more sense just to meet it. Go ahead. That's why you need to have both. You don't know which one you're going to do. It's all based on where your knife is when the cut comes at you. Okay. Next, we're going to handle the attack the same way. The attacker will have junte grip, but this time the defender will have gyakute grip, and we'll begin with meeting the force. Go ahead. Okay, now this time we're going to have them go right into passing the force. But I'm going to ask them to move over here a little bit. Okay. Same drill, this time pass the force. Go. Okay, good. So now we're going to do the same thing, except both people will be in the gyakute grip. Go ahead. We're going to start off with opposing or meeting the force. Nice and slow. Go. Okay, so next we're going to go into passing. We're going with the flow. Uke nagashi. Go ahead. Okay, good. So now we're going to do a drill often called enundo or circle drill. It's a counter for counter drill. So deploy your weapons, please. Bow. Before we begin with that, there's a couple dynamics to point out. So Lucas, extend your arm. When you meet the force, or follow the force for that matter, you can choose to slash through. Go ahead, show that. If you follow the force, slash through. Right? You can also hack. Go ahead and hack it. And follow the force, hack. Right. Oftentimes when you hack, the person will retract their arm out of the pain. Go ahead. It doesn't matter though. It works even if they go through. So this time Cody will hack, but Lucas will continue through. Go ahead. See? So it doesn't matter, but just be aware sometimes they will pull the strike back to where it came from with the hack. Because oftentimes it stops the momentum. Okay, so now we're going to do a counter for counter drill, often called in-undo or circle drill in Nimpo. So bow, please. Deploy your weapons. First, a little note, if Lucas puts his hand out. There's two basic ways that you can meet or even pass the force. You can do it with a full slash, go ahead. Or you can do it with a hack. Right. Other side, now pass the force with a full slash or hack. Okay. Doesn't matter which one you do. You need to be able to do both. Okay, so the drill is, like I said, counter for counter. So Lucas will attack with the number 1 and Cody will, this time we'll practice hacking. So Cody will hack the number 1 with the number 1. Go. Now do that one more time and make sure you really evade. Go. Okay. Now he feeds Lucas the number 1. Now we go to number 2. And number 2. Number 3. Number 3. Number 4. Number 4. Number 5. Number 5. Number 6. Number 6. Number 7. 7. 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11. Okay, so we're going to continue with in undo, or circle drill, or counter for counter. This time the defender will defend with a full slash through. Okay, so bow and deploy your weapon. So we'll begin with number 1. And 1 again. Now number 2. And number 2 again. Now 3. 3 again. 4. 4 again. 5. 5 again. 6. 6 again. 7. 7 again. 8. 8 again. 9. And 9 again. 10. 10 again. 11. And 11 again. Okay, they're going to do the drill again. This time they're going to do it with a little more movement. So go ahead. So they can do Junte versus Junte like we just did. Lucas can change his grip, where one person could be Gyakute versus Junte, or they could both be Gyakute. And you would do the drill the exact same way. This can also be done with stabs versus slashes and hacks, or stabs versus stabs from all different gripping positions. So when you're doing the drill, be sure to experiment. Okay, bow. So now we're going to do some pressure testing. Lucas in the red glove is going to try to attack Cody at proper distance. In other words, he's going to really try to touch him on his cuts. Cody's job is to evade, cut the glove, and try to stab Lucas back before Lucas can retreat. We'll start off relatively slowly and we'll increase the pressure. Okay, so bow. Deploy your weapons. And let's begin.